extraction of lithium and other minerals at Mankasim.
The agreement grants the company a 15-year mining lease, which is renewable in accordance with the Minerals and Mining Act 2006. Under the terms of the deal, the government of Ghana will hold a 13% free carried interest in the rights and obligations of the mineral operations. Additionally, the royalty rates on lithium mining will be determined in line with the Minerals and Mining Royalty Regulations 2025. The agreement also includes provisions for community benefits, with 1% of the company's annual revenue earmarked for a community development fund. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boas, said the firm will be required to offer a 12% royalty following the ratification of the agreement.
In terms of royalty, as we all know, we had a fixed royalty of 10%. There was a lot of noise made about the fact that royalty was reduced to 5%. Today, I'm proud to say that at the current rate, the royalty will be 12% and not a 10% fixed rate, because of the sliding scale that has been approved by the House.
Former Finance Minister and ranking member on the Finance Committee, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, called for an increase of the annual revenue from 1 to 3% to the Community Development Fund by Barari DV Ghana Limited.
Because of the environmental concerns, communities that will be affected are too exposed. But I see only 1% of annual revenue required to be put in a Community Development Fund. 1% of annual revenues. This may not be enough if you match it against the enormous negative footprint lithium production could bring to our communities. And so I propose that we should increase it to 2%, if not even 3%, so that communities are properly compensated because of the effects they will have to contend with.
The Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has directed the management of the Royal Nursing College to refund all fees collected from all level 100 and 200 students following the institution closure over regulatory breaches.
In a statement issued on Thursday, March 19, the Commission said the directive forms part of measures to address irregularities uncovered at the college, which was shut down on February 19, 2026 at Tafo Inshiaiso in Kumasi. According to Gtec, a meeting held with the University of Cape Coast, the affiliate institution of the college, revealed that students in levels 100 and 200 were not officially recognized as they were admitted at a time when the college's accreditation had already been revoked. The commission further disclosed that UCC has suspended its affiliation with the college following the withdrawal of its license by the Nursing and Midwifery Council, as well as Gtec's decision to revoke the institution's accreditation. For continuing students, Gtec indicated that UCC will conduct an audit of level 300 students and absorb only those who meet the required admission criteria, ensuring compliance with academic standards. Meanwhile, the Commission reaffirmed that the closure of the college remains in force, stressing that enforcement actions are ongoing. It added that some members of the college's management have been arrested and are being processed for prosecution for defying regulatory directives. Gtec has also advised prospective students and the general public to verify the accreditation status of tertiary institutions before enrolling, reiterating its commitment to maintaining quality and integrity within Ghana's higher education sector.
Now, away from that, we go to the business desk this morning, where about 57.1% of mobile business operators in Ghana earn less than 100 Ghana cedis daily, according to the latest data from the Ghana Statistical Service under the Integrated Business Establishment Survey, highlighted deep income vulnerability within the sector.
The data show that while mobile businesses are widespread, with 82,920 operators nationwide, earnings remain largely at subsistence levels. raising concerns about sustainability and productivity. At the same time, the sector is heavily youth-driven. About 60% of mobile operators are aged between 15 and 34 years, positioning mobile trade as a key entry point into employment, particularly in urban centers where formal job opportunities remain limited. Further analysis indicates that 85.2% of mobile businesses are engaged in goods trading, reflecting a concentration in retail activities typically characterized by intense competition, which constrains income growth. Women dominate mobile business operations, accounting for 77.5% of operators, suggesting that income challenging within the sector disproportionately affects female-led livelihoods. The findings underscore structural constraints within Ghana's informal economy. While mobile businesses play a critical role in supporting daily commerce and last-mile distribution, especially in regions such as Greater Accra and Ashanti, they continue to face limited access to finance, infrastructure, and formalized trading systems. Targeted interventions, including expanded access to microcredit, digital payments platforms, and skills development, will be essential to improving productivity and enabling young entrepreneurs to transition into more sustainable business models.
On the international front, Nigeria, troops backed by air support, repelled a coordinated assault by Islamic insurgents on a military base in the northeastern state of Borno, killing at least 80 fighters, including senior commanders, the army said on Wednesday, March 19th.
Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa Province fighters have intensified attacks on military bases in recent weeks in Borno, the epicenter of Nigeria's 17-year Islamist insurgency. Wednesday's assaults followed multiple suicide bombings on Monday in Maiduguri, the capital of Borno, that killed at least 23 and left more than 100 wounded. The attacks on the northeast's most heavily defended city suggested that the Islamic militant groups have shifted tactics to counter intense government operations against them. The pre-dawn attack targeted an army position in Malam Fatori, near the border with neighboring Niger, with insurgents advancing on foot and deploying armed drones, Military Task Force spokesperson Sani Uba said in a statement. Troops had anticipated the assault and mounted what Uba described as an offensive defensive response, beating back the attack with ground fire and air support. Nigeria's Air Force carried out precision strikes, while allied Nigerian jets hit retreating insurgents. 4 soldiers were wounded and evacuated for treatment, Uba said, adding that airstrike damage assessments are ongoing. The military said 3 high-profile insurgent commanders were killed, though Reuters could not independently verify the claims. Troops also recovered a large cache of weapons, including assault rifles, RPG launchers, machine guns, ammunition, improvised explosive devices, and armed drone components, Oba said.
And now we move to the weather center. I'll bring you the 24-hour based impactful weather updates from the NBN Weather Center in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency. The summary of the 24-hour impactful weather from our center: generally misty conditions are anticipated to form over hilly and forest areas in the early hours of the morning to reduce visibility. However, as the day progresses, bright, fair and sunny weather conditions will dominate most parts of the country from mid-morning into the afternoon hours, resulting in hot temperatures with varying intensities across all sectors. Few cases of localized thundering showers are expected to affect places in the inland areas of the coast into the forest and transition belt from late afternoon into the evening. Now let's take a look at the temperature table for the next 24 hours. Coast 25 degrees minimum, maximum 34 degrees. Forest 23 minimum temperature, 35 degrees maximum. Transition, 23 degrees minimum, maximum 38 degrees. Northern, 25 degrees minimum, maximum 41 degrees. And that's how we wrap up this morning's update from the Weather Center, brought to you in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency from the MBN Weather Center. Before we take a leave of you, let's take a second look at our stories making headlines.
Previous SIM registration was flawed, President Mahama. In business, 57% of mobile business operators earn below 100 Ghana cedis daily. And on the international front, at least 80 insurgents killed as Nigerian troops repel base assault, military says.
For more news, log on to MBN 360. The news came to you live from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. Up next is the sports update. Stay with us.